so recent. Maybe it will be. I suppose really one should hope that it will be in the days and weeks ahead. But at feverish times like this, people very often choose which facts that they want to accept and which they do not. There are incredibly important precedents throughout history for this. Do you decide you know what the answers to everything is? Do you decide, for instance, you have a totalistic answer to everything, such as patriarchy or white supremacy, or you can name any number of others? Do you decide you have the total explanation for everything, and therefore you select the facts that will fit into that? Or do you recognize that the world is a bit messier than that? There is no one totalistic explanation for everything, and that things come up that will confound you and contradict you, and you ought to absorb them too. I mean, I just wonder, all of those people, particularly perhaps the celebrities who I say gate themselves off from the rest of society, and in some cases have been willing on the destruction of society beyond their compounds. I wonder whether those people will feel the shame they should feel at having whipped these things along at the beginning, after seeing just unwatchable footage like that you've just described, and much more. And here's the thing: there's always a type of person who pushes that sort of thing away. I'm so convinced of the justness of my cause that I don't need to contend with that. Or, stop it, that's a right-wing talking point. Or, oh, you're just using that dead X to do Y. And you have to wonder where just the damn humanity is left in somebody who's willing to play a game like that. So I've often argued with people and debated with people who have something like that. It's not exactly a humble thing to say, but you just can't improve on what George Orwell said when he met a fanatic of a similar ilk. There's one of my favorite stories of him was him debating with a Stalinist in the 1940s. This is after the Ukraine famine, after the show trials, after 37, after 38. I mean, this is when you already knew everything you needed to know about Comrade Stalin. And Orwell is debating with this Stalinist, and he concedes this, and he concedes, he said, well, yes, and then there were the trials, well, blah, blah. And he goes on, just refusing really to deal with every single one of the things that's already come up, and eventually says that great immortal get out for cowards across the centuries: you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. And George Orwell says to the Stalinist, where's your omelette? This is the thing. There will be people who will be saying, after the atrocities that will be going on, because people have decided to toy with chaos and violence, there will be people who will say versions of that. Well, you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. We can't deal with the oppression of society without there being casualties, and so on and so forth. And we have to say, where's this omelette of yours? What's this great creation that you have unleashed since the death of Mr. Floyd? What is this great thing that you've accomplished that makes the murder of black men or black women, or assaults on black men, or assaults on black women, or the killing of white men, or the killing of white women, the killing of human beings? What is it you have accomplished in recent days that makes that worthwhile? Because it ought to be pretty damn good. It ought to be beautiful. It ought to be beautiful and last for all time to justify that. But they haven't got anything. They haven't got anything. They've just got this great mess, great American cities in double lockdown, in lockdown and curfew now. What's that achieved?
We will make America great again.